Busch trying to lead his first lap at Michigan since he led the last lap of this race in 2015, and he will.
And Mike, I didn't think he was going to. Keselowski got a great start, got a little push from his teammate Joey Logano on that original start. Got the lead going into one, but obviously didn't feel confident with the grip level on that bottom lane. The 41 of Kurt Busch just blew right by him on the outside.
Speaking of blew right by him, here comes that 4 car, and he looks like he's poised to jump up here and take the lead.
Because of the rain overnight and today, NASCAR will have a competition caution at lap 25. It's Busch and Harvick once again off the front row with Keselowski, Hamlin, all with 2 tires, Logano, Blaney.
Oh boy,
this looks like the start of the race. The 41 took that outside line and away he goes.
Boy, Hamlin slid up the track there down in turn 1. Remember, they only took 2.
Whoa,
4 wide.
Little bouncing
Larson,
off each other.
Truex.
Martin, Truex, Elliott, and Bowman were 4 wide.
Yeah, you see the sparks flying off that 9 car. Left front splitter was hitting the ground pretty hard, hitting the track pretty hard.
Bowyer on the outside of Ryan Newman and Denny Hamlin.
I think people will be watching those 2-tire stops and see how that works out, because right now I don't know if that's working out so good for Hamlin.
But you never want to be the last car on 2 tires with 4 tires right behind you, because you know they're going to pounce.
Larson in 11th, again battling his teammate McMurray.
Kyle was very confident that, you know, it would just be a matter of time he worked his way in front. I felt the same way. You give him you challenge him, and he rises to the occasion.
Asked a bunch of people in the garage this morning, how long is it going to take Kyle Busch to get to the top 10? And most of the answers were 40, maybe 50 laps.
Somewhere in that range, yeah.
Those 4 tires on Brad Keselowski and those 2 tires on the 41 of our leader Kurt Busch. I think he's really starting to see where that grip is going away.
I'll tell you one thing though, that 41 car, he does a lot like Harvick does. Maybe not so good getting in the corner, but when he gets trouble.
David Reagan up and in the wall. Bubba Wallace goes for a spin.
Whoa.
And everybody else gets by. That'll put us under caution at lap 36.
No damage to the 43 of Bubba Wallace. I'm wondering, as they were battling for 26, did they make contact, or did he just try to avoid the 38 of David Reagan?
I think he was just trying to avoid him. Looked like he spun, maybe got on the brake a little bit too hard and spun him around.
2 tires versus 4 up on the front row.
And high line versus low line on the restart.
Pretty much the same players at the front. 41, 2, 4, 12's worked his way in there, and he might have a little something to say about who leads this race.
Boy, Brad Keselowski's had to deal with that bottom lane now twice, and it hasn't worked out for him.
There comes Bowyer in the 14 car, so
watch out. Here comes Kyle Larson.
3 wide.
Oh yeah, as they say, business is picking up.
Well, Hamlin thought better of it. Remember, he's got just 2 tires from that lap 27 pit stop.
Watch Kevin Harvick slide up into that hole, and then here's Kyle Busch making him 3 wide. I don't think this is going to work out too well for Kyle Busch. He's got that inside lane. We just saw what happened with Bubba Wallace. Just don't think that bottom groove is really there yet.
Took Kyle exactly 40 laps to get from last to the top 10. Ryan Blaney, Kurt Busch up front, green flag.
Oh, that 12 car got a nice jump.
Started the 42 of Larson.
Yeah.
Martin Truex way down to the bottom. No out of bounds here.
Nice job by Bowyer here in that inside lane to jump up in front of his teammate Kevin Harvick. Now he's going to go to the inside of his teammate Kurt Busch.
I tell you, that 14 car is going somewhere today. That thing is wound up.
Kenseth back up to speed. 3 wide.
That was close.
That was tight.
Green and white checkered flag in the air. Here comes Ryan Blaney. He wins stage 1 from Kyle Larson, Clint Bowyer, Kevin Harvick, and Denny Hamlin.
That's the first time I've seen him start 3 wide here in Michigan.
Well, I don't think it'll be the last. These guys get aggressive on these restarts. Really aggressive.
Casey Kane around the outside. Can he hold it against Blaney?
Yeah, this is where the battle is going to be between the 12 of Blaney and the 4 of Harvick.
Look at Kane. He kind of pulls him down the back straightaway. Hadn't seen that in a while.
Whoa.
Harvick sends it in.
Yeah, and the 12 of Blaney slid up the track a bit.
Bowyer right there as well. 4 wide behind. Spinner. Turn 4 and around goes Daniel Suarez.
I got 3 right here.
Splitter looks intact. A little damage to that right side.
Yeah, got a right front tire down from the spin.
I think he's fine.
They were 4 wide. He and Paul Menard got together at the least. And there may be more to this.
Let's see what.
There were a lot of cars under one blanket there.
It's a pretty big wad right there.
There's just something about, we have a newer Goodyear tire here, but there's just something about these restarts at this track and being in dirty air.
Let's see what happens here, Jeff.
19 on the right corner of your screen underneath the 21 of Paul Menard.
He's as low as he can go to the white line. Slides up.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I think the 17 of Stenhouse maybe was right on his bumper, got him loose.
Yeah, well, he was in a bad spot. 19 was. He had the 21 on his outside, and then Ricky Stenhouse stuck his nose in there, and the car just got around on him.
Green flag.
I think Harvick's going to have to hold off his teammate, the 14 of Clint Bowyer, in that outside lane. No, Harvick does an excellent job being aggressive on the bottom lane, and he's going to move up in front of Casey Kane, take the lead.
Yeah, I think Harvick knew he needed to get in front of Casey Kane right here on this get-go, because Casey was pretty hard to pass there before that caution came out.
See Kurt Busch there battling with William Byron, trying to make up some spots. He lost some ground right before the end of that stage with those 2 tires, got in a tough position and went backwards a little bit. Now he's got to make it up. He gets a little wide there off of turn 2.
Well, he sailed it in. I mean, he really drove down the corner hard. The car pushed up, cost him a little time off turn 2. And I think it's the high speed.
There's a lot happening at 205 miles an hour down the backstretch.
Well, and you can be assured some engineers are going to be watching all of our cameras from inside, outside, see what they can learn about the aerodynamics and wind and how it moves, not only in the outside of the car, but as it comes in the window and that pressure inside. Oh,
Kyle Larson goes around turn 4, hard into the grass. We're under caution again.
I think that's soft
left
grass.
rear.
Looked like a left rear down on that car, but you know what, Mike?
They're all down.
All that rain and that grass is soft. I don't believe it's going to damage that car.
Well, he would be really lucky with that, Darrell, because oftentimes when the ground is saturated like that, if that splitter digs in, well, you can see he picked up about half of Jackson County right there. He took it with him.
He just deposited it on the front straightaway.
Oh, the hood's bowed up a bit. He was running 8th and closing in on Kyle Busch.
You see what happened here? I think the left rear tire may have gone down on his car.
He gets real loose going into the corner. Gets a little wide.
Just starts around.
It just starts around.
No, it just starts around.
But I think, he likes his car to turn really positively to get that center corner speed. And I think the car was just a little bit loose as he got in the throttle.
Menard did not stop during this caution.
I think it just becomes obvious to me the 4 car thinks the weather might be a factor, and he has picked up the pace. Took the lead earlier, and now he's back out front again.
He did a great job. He had a great experience with Casey Kane to know what the grip level was on that bottom lane to be able to get by the 21 Menard there like he did with Casey Kane.
Boy, Kurt Busch from the inside ends up 4th. Big advantage there to starting outside.
Yeah, Mike, you get pinned down and bogged down. That's really what happens. And you just can't get a nice smooth run up off the corner.
Well, these corners are so fast. You want to put as little wheel input and turn those front tires as little as possible so it doesn't upset the back of the car. But so hard to do when you got to go to the bottom of the racetrack.
Pits are closed for the final 2 laps of each stage to prevent somebody from short pitting and then inheriting the lead when everyone else comes to the pit road under caution.
While all that's happening,
Kevin Harvick has 5 runner-up finishes since his only career win so far at this track, August 2010.
He's broken a lot of those strings this year with the success he's had. And remember, Mike, he was going for 4 in a row at California, the sister track, and he got into trouble with he and Kyle Larson. Who knows what he might have won 4 in a row if he hadn't had that trouble there. Very similar racetrack. Car running really well today.
Kyle Larson going for 4 in a row today. Had a spin off turn number 4 and got into the grass at the head end of pit road. Got some damage to his car. He continues but 1 lap down.
This will be his 8th stage win so far this year, Kevin Harvick. So getting it done.
2.7 seconds ahead of teammate Clint Bowyer. Kevin Harvick wins stage 2 from Bowyer and Kurt Busch. It's a 1-2-3 sweep for Stewart Haas. Here we go for 8th, 9th place. Jones and Byron.
Give it to Byron. Nice job.
And here comes Harvick, Bowyer, the Busch brothers, Blaney, Keselowski, Menard, Byron, Logano, Hamlin. That's your top 10 as we go back to green.
Well, we've seen Harvick do it masterfully every time that he's gone up against somebody on 2 tires, and he's had 4. Let's see if he can do that again, and it's going to be close if he can clear his teammate Bowyer. No, he doesn't do it.
I think he wanted to slide up in front of Bowyer, but I think Kevin Harvick knows a lot like I do. That 14 car wants to win this race today.
Boy, they're going to battle it out right here.
Boy, that is so hard to do. Side by side, we've seen what happens when you get side by side with another car. The guy on the bottom gets a little loose. Harvick jumps in behind the 14, follows him down into turn 1 at 220 miles an hour.
Three wide just behind with all the Penske cars with the Wood brothers. Almost 4 wide. Wow.
There's McMurray being aggressive. That's what's kept him in the top 10 so far today.
You know what, Mike, I've noticed, I'm pretty sure everybody has the same radar.
Yes.
Because they're all driving like it's about to end.
Busch brothers battle.
Teammates, Busch brothers. I mean, they're all right there on top. They're just fighting it out hard.
Kyle got even with Kurt at the exit of 4. Kurt pulled away. Look at Kurt launch off the corner just like he hit the afterburner and takes off. So much for that teammate to life thing he was talking about earlier.
No, right now it's "Oh brother, where art thou?"
Yeah.
Because I'm out of here.
For the lead, Harvick has the inside on Bowyer. One more time.
Man, Bowyer's not giving this up easy. He knows it's just a matter of time before that weather gets here, and if he can maintain this lead, he's got this win.
Well, those 2 cars have really quite equal. Even though Harvick's been leading by a good bit, Bowyer's been back there running second, running about the same light times.
Dun-dun. Battle for the race on the right against Mother Nature, and Ricky Stenhouse in turn 2 is in the wall.
Boy, not a good day for Roush Fenway Racing.
Whoa! Whoa!
And it looks like a couple of drivers climbing out.
Yeah, I'm not sure about this.
Well, we're under the red flag, which they are permitted to do since we're under red.
I think now that's red, they'll figure out all the scoring, and more than likely this will be the end of it.
Well, yeah, I agree with that.
Well, you have a couple ways to look at it. One is that it took a long time to get this race started, get the track dry, and get it going. And they've called it. Clint Bowyer and Mother Nature win Michigan.
Yeah, baby. Mike Bugger Ravage, he's excited. That's their second win this year, guys.
It's Ford Country in Michigan, and let's go there for the victory celebration.
Third time in his career he's had consecutive wins in a season. You're first here at MIS. What a gutsy call by Bugga. Do you believe it?
We won! Woohoo! No kidding. When he said 2 tires, I was like, oh, man, I don't know. Especially when I looked in the mirror and everybody took 4. You know, when you come out that far ahead of everybody else, you know you're on a mission for a gamble. Man, I tell you, the last time we won with Haas Automation, that VF1 was on the hood of this thing, this Ford Fusion. They're just so fast. 1, 2, 3 for Stewart Haas Racing. All these guys, that gutsy call, unbelievable. Mobile 1, Tony, we won again. How about that 14? Gene Haas, thank you for this opportunity. IT Savvy's on here. Rusty's called me all day long down in Texas. Rush Truck Centers, thank you guys. How about it?